Yo, what is up guys? It's me, Zach Lee, back bringing you some more daily NBA news and updates. We got something pretty interesting to talk about today, so let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. Lego. By far, the biggest story to come out yesterday was surrounding #1 overall pick in the draft, Markelle Fultz. A guy that is supposed to be, and very well still could be, a huge part for the Philadelphia 76ers moving forward. It was supposed to be the starting point, well, actually kind of two guards, since Ben Simmons was going to be the primary ball handler and playmaker. Markelle Fultz was going to be the primary scorer and the secondary ball handler for the Philadelphia 76ers. That's what they were expecting out of him when they drafted him. On every single mock draft, there were a lot of different orders, except the one constant was Markelle Fultz going #1 overall. And after all the hype, after all the expectations, the excitement, now we find out that he's actually going to be coming off the bench to start the season for the Philadelphia 76ers. Off the top of my head, I can't even think of another #1 overall pick who started off their career coming off, actually wait, I believe Anthony Bennett did it back in 2013. Not comparing Fultz to Bennett, but I'm just saying that I think he was the last person who did it, and then maybe Andrea Bargnani too. Markelle Fultz, Andrea Bargnani, and Anthony Bennett have been the only #1 draft picks in recent NBA history to start their careers coming off the bench. Now, for the reason Fultz is coming off the bench, Sixers coach Brett Brown says is because he wasn't able to play a lot in the preseason because of a shoulder injury. So in order to bring him up to speed and let him adjust to the pace of the game, they're going to bring him off the bench. A lot of people, including myself, are calling BS on this. I don't think for a second that this is actually the case. Some people think it's just because he didn't play well in preseason. In his first game, I think he was like 2 of 13 from the field, 4 points, terrible. His second game in preseason, he was like 5 of 11, not as bad, but he just didn't play like people were expecting him to play. Some people think that's the reason he's coming off the bench. Me, on the other hand, I think it has more to do with the Philadelphia 76ers curse. We know as an organization over the past few years, they haven't had the best luck with their first round draft pick. Every last single one of them gets injured. Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Nerlens Noel, even Jahlil Okafor, all of those guys have been battling injuries ever since they were drafted by the Philadelphia 76ers. And now the same is true for Fultz too. See, it's not on the same level as Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons were, at least it doesn't seem like that right now, but since he was drafted by the Sixers, he has been going through some things. For example, his shoulder injury. You'll notice that in the 2 preseason games he did play, Markelle Fultz had some black tape on his shoulders. Players do that normally when they're having pain in their shoulders. So you see that, and then you watch him shoot the ball, and you're just like, something is terribly off here. It don't look right. Even Brett Brown said it like a week ago that he believes something is terribly wrong with Markelle Fultz's shoulder that's causing him to shoot the ball strangely. I think his shoulder's affecting him more than he lets on. You can tell with his free throw, you know, trying to get the ball up, it's followed from his body. If you've ever had any type of shoulder pain and you've tried shooting a basketball, then you know it is just not something that you can do. And if you haven't had shoulder pain and you think you can, then good luck to you. Even if you're really trying to play through the pain, just going through your normal motions, you're not gonna be able to do it. You're not gonna be able to get that same fluid motion that you would normally get. The pain is going to be too severe. You might even subconsciously change your shot so it doesn't hurt as much. Just take a look at this free throw from Markelle Fultz. Did y'all see that? You could see when he released it that he was trying to use his shoulder as little as possible. It didn't look good at all. That looked awful. And up until now, Markelle Fultz has kind of been downplaying the severity of his shoulder injury, saying it doesn't hurt that bad. It's nothing. It's just some light work. It'll be fine. I wouldn't say it's making any effects on the floor because I'm playing through stuff like that. He was trying to be tough, but yesterday he kind of admitted that his shoulder pain is the reason that his shot has been the way it has been. My shoulder is the main reason why my shot's doing that. I have a couple of concerns about Markelle Fultz right now. The first is, what exactly caused this injury? Where did it come from, and how long has it been affecting Markelle Fultz? I made a story not too long ago, I believe, about Markelle Fultz adjusting his free throw form. When Brett Brown came out and said that his new form is awful and he doesn't feel comfortable with Fultz shooting the ball like that. The Sixers said it was for a lot of different reasons that they were trying to adjust the shot, but now we know it's because of his shoulder pain. And if they've been working on this the whole summer, even though he's had pain, it's like, why? Why didn't they just rest him? Why is he trying to play through this pain? Could be because Fultz was lying to them and telling them it's not that bad, that he can play through it. Sometimes a player has a little bit of pain and they're like, all right, this is nothing, I'll play through it, put some ice on it, it'll be fine after that. Sometimes it does work out like that, but other times it's a sign that something is seriously wrong with something. In this case, it's Markelle Fultz's shoulder. He tried to play through it, it only made things worse, and now it's at the point where his shot is completely and utterly broken to the point where the Sixers don't even feel comfortable starting him. But that's all we really know on this whole Markelle Fultz situation right now. I hope that it's nothing too serious going on with his shoulder that some rest and some ice can't fix. But if I'm the Sixers and opening night comes along for you guys, even though you're already planning to bring him off the bench, if he's having any pain at all in his shoulders, if his shot still looks like his shot's been looking since he was drafted, I'm sitting him down until that junk is fixed, because it's not worth it. Dude could mess up his whole career trying to play with a bum shoulder. Question of the daytime: what do you guys think about Markelle Fultz coming off the bench and this possible shoulder injury? How bad do you think it is? Let me know down in the comment section below, but now let's take a look at what you guys said in yesterday's video. Yesterday, I asked you guys if you think LeBron James is still going to leave the Cavs after reports came out of Dwayne Wade saying how much LeBron James loves the city of Cleveland and playing for the Cavs, and here is what you said. Question of the day: LeBron ain't gonna go nowhere. I've been saying that this entire summer, and yet people still believe he is as good as gone. Question of the day: LeBron leaving the Cavs will hurt his legacy. Question of the day: LeBron should stay to maintain his legacy within the league. Most people already see him as a top 5 player, so why mess with that? Also, I can see him for some reason getting a GM job for Cleveland in the future after he retires, because he was kind of a GM before this offseason already. That's facts about LeBron being a GM right now. As for after he retires, I don't know if you want a GM job. I can see him trying to own the Cleveland Cavaliers, since a GM can get fired. You can't fire the owner. And I honestly think the best move for LeBron legacy-wise would be to stay with the Cleveland Cavaliers. People are saying right now, oh, he's free to leave, he can do whatever he wants. But let's face it, as soon as LeBron James were to bolt for another team for a better chance to win a ring, people will call him a ring chaser again. It would be even worse if he leaves to try and get another ring and doesn't win another ring. That will tarnish his legacy a lot. Oh, and it also might be worth noting that yesterday after I posted that video, I found this interview from LeBron James from like 3 weeks ago where he said that he still plans on retiring with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Joe Varney, Cleveland.com. LeBron, I'd like to shift the conversation to your future here. When you came back 3 years ago, and it was a euphoric time for you and everybody around you, but you said on several occasions that you intended to finish your career here, and I guess I wanted to approach it this way: has that thought or feeling for you changed, and if so, why?
It hasn't changed, and that's why I sit up here today, still in this uniform, still ready to lead this franchise to a championship, put us in a position where we can be successful.
I can't see him leaving the Cavs anymore. I'd be legit surprised if he did. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Let me know what you think about all of this down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications for more daily NBA videos. And until tomorrow, keep getting the Bucks, Team SDC, and I'm out of here. Peace.